Hey folks, Ben Gilbert here with Engadget, and we've got the Galaxy Note 4 and this what looks like a shell of a device, although it is actually the Samsung Gear VR, and it looks like this because I've removed the phone, which powers it, and the cover, which goes over it. But as previously reported, what you do is you take Samsung's new phone and you slot it right in. So let's do that. So if you could hear that, when you slot it in, the USB, the micro USB plug that's inside of here recognizes that you're plugging in the device and automatically pushes the Note 4 into VR mode. Then you'd conveniently clip this back on so that you don't look like a Terminator robot. And you've got a Gear VR headset. So I'm going to throw it on and kind of talk you through how it works. And let's go ahead and do that. And that's it. The Note 4 knows that I am in VR mode. It's showing me actually Oculus VR software. So if you'd notice on the side of the headset, I believe on this side, it says that Oculus is part of the situation. And this is actually a partnership between Samsung and Oculus. So Oculus is providing the software side in conjunction with Samsung, who have made their own adjustments where needed. And it's running some form of Oculus an operating system. So since you can't see it, what I am seeing is there's 5 small rectangular boxes and 1 larger rectangular box, and it is a store window. So I'm kind of floating in space. I can look around, and it looks like I'm in, I don't know, maybe a galaxy. And above me, I can see I have an option between choosing all or Samsung-specific applications. And then below, there's a couple of different movie experiences that I can choose. And there's also a couple of game experiences. So I'm going to jump into escape velocity, which is one of the options here. And if you'll see, I'm using the touchpad that's along the right side. There's a little square area that's able to be touched to select things. So if I want to select escape velocity on the Play Now button, there's a little screen that pops up, a sub-menu for escape velocity, where I can look at a summary of it and info and media, the kind of normal stuff you would see when you select a game or an application in, say, the Google Play Store. And then I can select Play Now. So I'm jumping into the game, and I'm going to do a little bit of this. While I'm waiting for the game to load, there's an Oculus logo, and OK. So it says tap to start, and I'm going to tap to start, and it kind of recenters based on where I'm looking. I've gotten to the point where I've successfully shot enough dudes, and I'm satisfied with my spaceship shooting. There's a back button here, just like on an Android device, and I can hit that to jump back out. So that brings me back into a pass-through mode, actually, right now, because I held it for long enough. So here I am, looking at the person filming me. Hi, Zach. And I can jump back from that into I could reorient it. I could go to the Oculus home menu. I can see how much battery power is left on the Note 4, because the Note 4 actually does power the Gear VR. The only things inside of the Gear VR, actually, are a gyrometer and an accelerometer, and there's a magnometer in here as well. And that's to assist with various games and to assist in tracking where I'm looking. So I'm going to jump back into reorient things. And there we go. OK. So there's a couple of other movie experiences on here, and that actually speaks to Samsung's, that speaks to Samsung's push with the Gear VR to make this more than a video game device. So far, virtual reality headsets have been really, really aimed at video gamers, right? PlayStation 4 has Morpheus, and Oculus Rift makes their headset for, well, they will make their headset for PCs. This is meant for film, it's meant for games, it's meant for maybe a photo gallery, it's meant for, you can pass through, so there's augmented reality that you might be able to affect with it. So there's a lot of potential in this kind of device. This is more of a media device than it is simply a gaming device, which a lot of the VR headsets are so far. In my experience with it in the last 20 minutes, it's been neat. I need to spend a lot more time with it. It's light, it works well, and it is, I mean, it looks pretty good. It fits on my head relatively well, considering I have a big bulbous head. And yeah, it's comfy. I mean, you get hot wearing it because it's a virtual reality headset, but that's just kind of a symptom of VR right now, more than this headset in particular. We'll have a lot more on the Gear VR in the coming months, and the Note 4 and everything else here at IFA.
It definitely looks like a Note. However, there are a few improvements in the hardware itself. For example, there's a 5.7-inch screen still, but it's Quad HD, so they bumped